Good morning, this is Michael. This is New Year's Day and we're back. What we did previously was we pretty much put that special sealed fuel sufficient seal. It's like almost like a orange color here. I want to share with you. Oh, I have it in here actually. So we're ready to bring back the bike out, and then we did tie strap it still. You see there, it's tie strap, been pressed all. So we're gonna try to leave it for a good 24 hours. The seal, so we're gonna wait until probably a little later in the evening before we actually put brake fluid for the rear again. But here's that sealed again. I'll just share with you. There it is. It was only like a blue substance in there. That looks like right there. Crack it open, you can see a little bit how it hardens from the cover. See that? It's almost like a gel. It doesn't ever harden at all. It says right here, it says resistant to all automotive fuel, non-hardening, and non-setting. So it's just going to give it a nice bond. And with the threads and everything, I believe it's going to go ahead. It drizzled down, and then we put a little bit more on here, the rim, so that way it'll actually even seal more when we pull the cover over it. But I think the main one that's really going to do it is that Viton seal that we put in earlier. Those little small rings. And let's check out our oil to see if it actually still drizzle. So here we go. If it's drizzle, we're gonna crack it open, and we're gonna put one of those round Viton seals and crush it between the washer and the thing. So let me go ahead and do this. I'm not sure if that's oil or it's just a gloss. Nope, it's dry. That or it's frozen over. You can see how cold it is here. See all the windshield are frozen. That's why it's a good start to actually have a lithium battery. Look at that. That's from nighttime right there. See how frosty this is. Hey, I did pretty good cursive. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and charge the battery now, prepare it. We're going to put our front cover, and we're going to put our seats today, and we're going to get it out. I just want to share with you the Shorai battery here. This is a really great battery. It's light compared to the traditional battery. And not only that, it doesn't get hot. So if you're looking for performance, lightweight, also good for cold starts. I mean, you know how hard it is for your scooter to start up during the winter time. This battery, it's amazing. It has different sizes, so make sure you go to Shorai Power. I believe it's shoraipower.com or something like that. It might be a website here. And it'll tell you which batteries recommended for your motor vehicle or motorcycle. And then I recommend getting the charger too. The charger actually hooks onto this little port right here on the back of the USB. You can see here. But before I charge it up, I want to show you the difference between the weight. This is my stock one here. You can see here. This is the old, fill it yourself. Acid lid battery. You open this up and you start pulling in the acid in there, and you can see how much of a weight already that has. If you look at it, they're about the same size. If I stack these up together, you can see here perfectly all around. Let's see, top view. See, they're same size there, back too. Okay, now if I stack them from side to side, you can see they're pretty much the same size. Actually, the Shorai one's a little bit smaller. See, this one sticks up about another ½ an inch, and it has the screws and terminals just the same. But I'm going to show you importantly is the weight. So we're going to take our weight here. We calibrate our scale to 0. Let me go and do that precisely at 0. Things right there, depending on what angle you look at it, but it's about 0 right there. Okay, so we're going to take this first one. Look like I had to put some muscle in there already. So it weighs about 7 pounds right there. 7 pounds. Okay, now we're going to go and take that one off. And we're going to put the Shorai battery. Shorai battery. Just weighs a little bit over a pound. Or I'm sorry, 2 pounds. Let's see if it hasn't been knocked over the scale yet. Yeah, it's about 2 pounds. So you can see there, a little bit over 2 pounds, just slightly, versus 6 pounds. So this one's almost triple the weight. Going back again, let's see. Yeah, a little bit over triple the weight. It's about seven, a little bit over 7 pounds. So definitely a little bit lighter for your scooter. So the less weight you can get on your scooter, the more it has for power elsewhere. And also we found out that the light bulbs that connected to the left and right front head beam were available. I had it hidden underneath here, and I totally forgot about it. But they're right here. These are, I knew they were for a reason. They're for left and right. And what they did was they're for the front. So they parallel join or serial join it. So this is one for the left, for the right, the bulb itself. And then these ones here connect to the left and right that I was trying to figure out in my wire harness earlier. So luckily we found it already. So they're gonna go right here. So I'm gonna pull this out. There's just a harnessing. I put it in there just to protect it because I wasn't sure if it's supposed to go anywhere. There we go. So that I marked it left, and then the right one's all the way on the other side right there. Probably can't see it, but I can twist it around. You can see the bottom here. See, that's right. So those two wires right there, I guess the main one was correct. It controls both these wire harness as well, and this one just pretty much taps into it. Let's see if this is marked. Okay, this is right, and this is left. There goes left. And then, I put some of the anti-seize. I'm also going to show you how to put anti-seize in the bulbs as well, because you definitely want to do that. Let's get all this debris out. Anti-seize made it stuck in there. Little dirt. Okay, so let's go and put some anti-seize on that bulb there. So, yeah, you can also put it onto the spark plug too, by the way. It doesn't have to be necessarily just the wiring connection. I put it where the tip of the spark plug is. Not where it makes the sparks, but at the other end where the terminal joins. So let me find out where my anti-seize is. It should be here. There we go. There we go. So what you do is try not to touch the bulb. Get a clean towel, and you're gonna have to twist it. See if I can do it with one hand here. You're gonna have to twist it, and at the same time we'll go and work on charging our battery as well. Okay, I want to show you the charger. Okay, so here's the charger too, but I'm gonna go and put anti-seize on this so you can see it. So there we go. You just pretty much get a clean towel. You don't want to put your fingerprints or oil onto the bulb. Clean it really nicely. And I believe it twists a certain way. And it actually has a notch on your bulbs, most of them anyway. There we go. See that right there? This one's universal. You can go either way. If you look at it, the notch are not perfectly parallel, so it's more slanted toward half a circle downward. So you want to make sure you line up there. And so what you do is just clean the bulbs really well while you got the clean towel or shop rag. Make sure there's no grease or oil in the shop rag. And then open your dielectric grease. Did I say anti-seize? A dielectric grease. Okay, don't put anti-seize. And then just put a little dab right here where the terminal meets. What this does is prevents moisture. Moisture is just a big erosion of anything electric, as well as anything just to corrode the moisture. So I could put it here and then on the side there as well. Hope you can see that right there. So I'm going to put it there on the side. Yeah, it's okay to put a little bit more. Just to make sure what it is for sure, wherever that gel dielectric grease is, it'll help secure pretty much the connection there so moisture won't interfere. So if you have corrosion all around where not the dielectric is, at least you know that your contacts are at least kept where the connection has to be a little bit for some point to be there. So what you do is just put it back. See the little two notches here on the side. You want to make sure that it matches up with the two notches here. And you can just, okay, see this won't go this well. It actually does. Okay, and then what you can do is twist it. Once it's in there, you twist it, make it clockwise to lock it in, and counterclockwise to unlock it back where the notch is and pop it back out. That's if, you know, you don't. And again, I already put onto the the male version of this. So this is, well, I consider this the female. Consider this the male because it has a prong going into it. I already put it onto the female side of the connector, so I won't need to redo that again, but I'll show you just to be sure, certain. See that right there? It has like a bead of silicone in there. Oh, it's sticky. That's from the tape. The Chinese people, the factory uses a lot of duct tape. It's kind of nasty stuff. Okay, let's see if I can get a resolution there. There you go. See that? The silicone's there already. And then, so that's there. Once it puts it in here, it will go ahead and loop this also with dielectric grease, so you can kill two birds with one stone. Okay, so let me go ahead and put that in there. There you go. So that's left and right. And then I'll do the other one a later time. But mainly I want to show you how to charge the Shorai battery with the special charger. Okay, so we got the Shorai battery out. Also, these cushions are not just for insulation. They actually serve a dual purpose. So if your scooter, let's say your compartment of your scooter is a little bit bigger and it needs a little bit more cushion, since these things are so light, you know, they can pretty much bounce around pretty easy. They're not heavy weighted. So let's say, for instance, on your compartment here, let's see if I can turn this to let rest here. Okay, so let's say this did not fit on this compartment here. So what these do is you can adjust the sizes. You can cut them too if you want to, and maybe even put one in the bottom if you wanted to. But my terminals are going to come out this way, so there's nothing in the bottom that really needs it other than to screw. Once you screw it in securely to your bike frame, you can use these cushion here as an extra support for bouncing or vibration to keep your battery safe. So they have on the sides as well. They got plenty of cushions there. So they serve a dual purpose, not for just protecting it in the package, but also protecting it on your bike as well. So you can see how much cushioning it comes with the terminal. See that right there? So let's say, for instance, we get these two right here. And then we got these two right here too. So you can go and take your battery, you know, 2 pounds, and just slide in there, and you can make it for sure not bounce around. You can see there. And those are for what the cushion's for and what it does. So Shorai really think of everything. They're based here in California. They're right there on Morgan Hill. So it's about 2.5 hours from us. So here we go. We have a dealership with them. And now we're gonna go ahead and do the charging. Let's bring our battery. And we're gonna start charging the Shorai battery. While that's charging, I'm gonna go ahead and start putting the front panel, so I can go ahead and put that lights in there. And what that light does, it just pushes it in. Okay, so here's the charger, what comes with. Comes with a bunch of cables. And I believe, let's see here. It's pretty self, and it also comes with a little hook too, by the way. Very cool if you want to just hang it, because the charger's light too. Actually, the charger gets hot, but the battery won't get hot at all when you're charging it. So the charger part here gets hot, so that's why you can hang it, isolate it from, yeah, and the heat's not going to kill anything if you just lay it flat on the surface or anything like that, but it still gets pretty hot. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put our AC right there. See here. Okay, and then this is the USB that opens up. Nice, there we go. And if you want to, you could put dielectric grease in here too, but for being charged on and off, I probably not to might get really messy. Okay, so I have it here. So this right here gets 2 battery, tells you what voltage to 12 volt to a 12 volt charger. And this one, what it is BS12 is the code right there, but you can also read it right there. It says 12 volts, even though it's a higher amperage. My scooter did recommend 9 amp, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it to go with a 14 amp because I have a more of a bigger horn and a high torque starter motor. I want to make sure that the power is there when it needs to. If I need to, it's a 12 pole stator because it's a DC bike. But if I need to, I'll upgrade to maybe 18 pole stator or something like that, but I probably won't need to. So anyway, there you go. You push it in there. I believe there are little notches there that tells you you're putting it in the wrong way. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in there, and it just pops in. There you go. Pops right in cleanly. Okay, and this one goes here. A connection here. LFX 12. You can see it says right there. LFX 12, and this is LFX 6 volts. So we're doing the 12 volt because this is a 12 volt battery. So you're gonna go and put the charger I don't know why there's so many cables. They got extra cables here too for 12 volt too. It might be, looks a little bit larger than for this one. You can see here. This one's almost like, you know, a quarter less. The one that's plugged in. And then this one goes, I believe it still goes here, I believe. But I'm not too sure on this extra cable here yet. So we'll just leave that aside. But all I know is this one really charges. Now, before I charge, I want to let you know there's two settings here. If it's constantly green, that means it's done. If it's flashing green, it means its charging is still in progress. Now, if you want to store it, excuse me, if you want to store it and you store after a ride, you can store it and it'll be good for, you know, several weeks or more thereafter. If you're planning to not use this battery or you're putting your scooter out for the winter or something like that, you can go ahead and pretty much have it discharged for storage and it'll do that. I'm not sure how it works. It's, you know, charging system here, but it does it. So there's a store charge and there's a charge. So I believe I already charged this. It only took half a minute. I mean, not half a minute, half an hour to charge it. Half a minute, that'd be great. I wish all the electric cars, we have an electric car here too. I wish that one just charges in pretty much half an hour. There we go. We're gonna put that in there. Okay, so you can see here how it fits in nicely. And then you're gonna bring it to a charging outlet. So let's see if I have one that's kind of reach. Might have to move the battery up here, but that's all right. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll set the battery up here. Okay. And I want to show you the light mainly. So this is so light, so be careful. It might just fall off like a piece of paper. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and plug into the charger. There we go, just a regular 2-prong charger. You can see here. Okay. There it goes. The light comes on automatically. And let's see what it says. Okay. And I believe you just go decide to push which one. So we're going to go ahead and push charge. Because we're going to be using it in the next hour or so. Okay, so it's blinking, flashing green. What that means is, like it says right here. Flashing green, charge in progress. Solid green, charge is complete. And it also makes a beeping noise after it's complete. At first when I heard it, I thought my cell phone was having an emergency alert or anything, and I realized I actually was just charging the battery. I need to unplug it. So it does warn you. You'll hear a beep, beep, beep noise. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go ahead and put the front panel. First of all, I'm going to cut this tie strap off the brake. And let's inspect the brake, see if it's bleeding or anything like that. I mean, outside the normal valve. So far, it looks good. It's dry. There's no brake fluid I can feel anywhere. I wiped it down. Oh, by the way, I meant to say a warm, wet rag, not just a warm rag. You want to get moisture, and I kind of wiped everything down, all the areas, especially that we worked on with the brake fluid. And let's go inspect this line, see if there's no pressure here. Okay, good. I don't see any oil residue or anything here. And again, we're going to hold on to this one. We're going to start bleeding the rear brake again. We'll have to do it all over again. I already put the NCVI master cylinder cap because I wanted to give me a head start there, but you remember how I removed and so forth. That looks really nice. I can't wait to get this part back on there as well. So that's it. I'm going to move the bike, cut the straps, move the bike to the front panel there, and then we're gonna, you'll see it after I start. Before I start it, I'll turn this fuel hose on so you can see the fuel lines. So you can see it's already full in this hose area, but it hasn't yet come through the filter yet. So the minute I turn this on, you'll see it flow into my inlet of my carburetor. And then from there, I'll put the seat on and everything so you can actually see it with the battery and everything in there. So here we go. Or maybe I could put the seat on. You could probably still see it from underneath, I believe. That way we won't have to stop for another shoot. Okay, so I'm going to cut it. By the way, if you think these things were hard to snap, it's almost impossible to actually take a regular plier like this and kind of cut it. I had to twist it. I mean, you had to have some heavy duty pliers to actually cut these little stainless steel straps. These things were tough. I decided to also put the bigger one in there as well, just an extra security, the little plastic one. But again, it's good to know that you know, you have the stainless steel one in case there's ever heat that actually burns the rubber tie straps. You're good with the stainless steel. It's not going to go anywhere. So it's very tied in there. I mean, it's like bolted in there almost. So that's it. And this bulb right here, if you see it, it's going to go and fit inside the housing in the front here. See if I have another bulb here I can show you. So I brought both of them out here. Maybe they're still back there. Yeah, this is an electric car. We have to actually put it, charge it. Here's the indicator for it. Actually, it's almost full charge, I guess, when it's both solid yellow there. It takes almost 24 hours to really charge that on a regular 110 volt car. So there we go. So we're gonna put some dielectric grease in here, but I just want to show you where it's gonna fit to in the front of the housing. I put these little stripes here. A lot of people slow down because they think I'm the cop or something, and it actually works beautifully. I drive more safer with people slowing down for me. So I recommend it. Get some little T-strap, but your scooter has to be almost like a pearl or white and black color to really pull it off visually. So anyway, so there it is. This is where we slot it into. There's one for the left and one for the right. So you can pretty much know that it's going to be a twist and play here. So I'll put one in there for you. It doesn't really matter. This one's going into the right hand side. So let me move this over to the right facing back of it. Okay, so you can see here, it only goes a certain direction, or that's what I think. But there's a bigger one and there's a small one, so look like a little indent gap. So there's the long one right here, I see it, and this one's longer. So we'll put that one in there. Make sure I grab it. Okay. There we go. I feel it. You just gotta go by feeling. And then you can twist it once it's there. Not yet. Okay, that's there. Sometimes it might, I haven't been put in there for a long time, might get kind of inflex a little bit. No, not yet. One side wants to go in, but the other one doesn't. Want to make sure I inspect it thoroughly. Okay. Make sure all the slots are there. And make sure everything's lined up. This one's right there. Maybe I have to push this on a little bit. Okay, that doesn't seem like it's going in yet. Okay, let's try something different then. Let's just move it around until we see Wheel of Fortune there. Where it's supposed to go. No, I think they make it a little bit easier. Nope. Too much pressure there. I know this is the right hand side. And I know this has the bigger indent area. But how come it's not letting us all the way yet? Maybe we have to expand it. See, it looks like it wants to go in and out here. There you go. And then once it does, you can see a little notch here. You can twist it. And that's it. But before I'm actually going to finalize this, I'm going to put dielectric grease and prepare it to be mounted on there. So I just want to share that with you as what we're working on today. And hopefully we get the front panel here mounted with the lights to test it all out. Pretty much get the carburetor. We're going to go ahead and fine tune the carburetor. When the engine starts, that's hopefully everything else starts well. And then we'll go ahead and do the brake bleeding at the rear last. I believe that even with the brake bleeding at the rear, it's not going to affect the panels because these are more like toward the front of it. They're not going to be in the way of the lines and stuff like that. So we do get it. We'll just keep that isolated, that problem, where the housing is on the handlebars only. So this is Michael from NCY Store, and we'll see you after the panel and everything is set up. And the battery should indicate a good charge. So let me go ahead and take this back off and prepare for dielectric grease. Now taking off might be a doozy too. I don't want to pull the wires, but try and pull the harnessing, the whole harnessing. Oh, there we go. boy. Oh man. I think this is stuck. I think probably get pliers on that. Anyway, I'm gonna go and get the pliers and get that off, and we'll go from there. We'll get the seat installed. Our charger. Let's see what a charger says right now. It's actually solid green already. I guess I didn't hear it beep. I guess it charged already from a couple days ago that I had. So now it's okay to go ahead and just disconnect it. There's no really off switch. You just pretty much pull the plug. And that's it. Just go ahead and take out all the charger here. Simple. This one's ready to go. And then you can put your charger away nicely. Fold it back. So now we're going to go ahead and get ready to move the bike out. All right.